It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics plus. Then check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. When I say live and level, live and level. We on that MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is the Live and Level Gamers podcast. And this is your boy, Levelhead, back. We are back. Yeah. So I'm going ahead and introduce these dudes. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up? This is K-Bomb 20, ready to get it in today. I'm excited today. I'm mad my Saints getting whooped right now, but I am excited today. Excited to talk about these games. But we got Smash Bros, though.
I ain't gonna make it.
He gonna bust it out already. But we got Smash Bros, though.
Go ahead, D2.
I can't introduce myself right now because I'm in pain from laughing at that. That sound bite.
I don't know what's going on with my other sounds. They won't load for whatever reason, but we got
Smash Bros, though.
Anyway, welcome to the show. We are -2. Normally we have Keith Norris on, but he couldn't make it tonight. And I also talked to Jedi Knight, man. Me and him talked earlier today. He doing good. His baby getting bigger and everything like that. So we got it up to chop it up with him. He want to get back on, but we're going to work something out to get him back on a Sunday or something like that. But what's been good, people? Hello?
Yeah, no, man, been good, man. I don't really have too much complaints right now. Too much to be mad about. Just enjoying life, enjoying the wife, enjoying the house. Went out and bought a bunch of 4K movies.
And they are.
I got a bunch of them. Avengers. No, I had Avengers. My fault. I have Avengers. So I got Spider-Man, Black Panther, John Wick 1, John Wick 2.
Ooh.
Oblivion, The Dark Knight, and Deadpool. First Deadpool.
Okay.
Maybe one more, but yeah, that's what I got in 4K, and I got that digital download so I can watch it whenever I want to. I think I've watched Avengers like every day, not every day, every week, once a week. I've watched Avengers. So.
Which one? The original or Infinity War?
The greatest one. What you mean?
First one.
No, this one was this was a masterpiece.
I won't say it's better than the original one.
Oh no, this is a masterpiece. The fact that you can intertwine all these different characters and make every last one of them feel important to the story, man, that's hard to top that. I'm sorry. It's hard.
That movie pretty much single-handedly guaranteed that there was nothing that DC will ever be able to do successfully in the comic book movie genre. It just destroyed. It just broke the mold.
Yeah, it did.
Well.
But we got Smash Bros. I'm done, man.
Oh my God.
Ouch. Ow.
Man, Keith was just on point with that, man. I'm glad he said you should make that I'm gonna just hit that so randomly tonight. But anyway, So you got movies, any games, any
Nope. Didn't buy any games. I got man. So I was looking. Actually, Nintendo had some stuff on sale. I was surprised. I almost pulled the trigger on Mario Rabbids. I
think you would like that, bro. I think K-Bum, I actually, and this is not me joking with you. I think you would like Mario versus Rabbids.
I almost pulled the trigger, man. I was real close to doing it, and I said, nah, I don't know how much time I'm putting into it, so I backed off. But I think I'm gonna try. So I got 2 games coming from GameFly. I got what is that? Call of Duty coming from GameFly. I'm gonna test that out, and then I have Spider-Man coming from GameFly, and then I'm gonna try to get either Mario Tennis or Red Dead Redemption. So whichever one gets sent first.
Okay. Well, I see we got the Truth in the live chat. Hold up, Truth. I gotta get you right, man. Just a sec. Hold up, because my stuff acting all stupid, and I'm gonna fix it before the night is out. Anyway, that's a little too loud. But welcome to the show. The Truth is in the live chat. If you're in the live chat, if you're listening right now, go ahead and sign off in the live chat. I'll definitely get you popping. But you said you almost bought the Rabbids game, but you didn't pull the trigger.
I was close, bro. I was close. I'm like, man, I think I might like this game. Is what I said to myself, but it has to compete with everything else I'm trying to get this them getting from GameFly. I'm like, if I had to choose between Red Dead Redemption or Spider-Man or Call of Duty, I think that might get pushed back. So I don't want to spend my money and then don't play it for another, 6 months. And so that's why I didn't really pull the trigger. And I said I'll just sit back and let these GameFly games come, and then hopefully get Mario Tennis or Red Dead, whichever one comes first. First. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. All right. What about you, D2K? What you been gaming on, if anything? What you been on?
You can pass right on by.
You didn't catch none of the Black Friday sales or anything like that?
No, I don't do that. Okay. I ain't trying to get beat up.
Well, jumping to me.
Well, you can do all that online, bro. That's why I did. That's why I was telling Level about that Tuesday stuff. I was buying stuff on Friday beforehand. Matter of fact, I bought that Wi-Fi system, the mesh Wi-Fi system, the Orbi by Netgear. So I went and bought that one. That was on sale. So I'm trying to hook that up right now in the crib. I actually bought a iRobot, one of them Roombas, but I sent that back because that wasn't getting the job done.
Yeah, that's basically a toy. Those things don't really back up nothing up.
Yeah, it couldn't get over. I got a rug and it's kind of thick and it couldn't get over.
You are listening to
What are you doing?
My bad, man. I told you my stuff acting up. It's acting crazy. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. Go ahead. My bad, man. My failure.
Nah, I'm done now, man. I don't got nothing to say about that. You done ruined the whole momentum and everything.
But we got Smash Bros.
Let's go, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. It's just acting kind of crazy. I deleted all my sounds, but I got them in my computer, so I'll get them back up. But for me, I went out and I bought 2 games at Walmart. I bought Dragon Ball Fighter Z is it Dragon Ball Z Fighter? Which one is it? Is it Dragon Ball Fighter Z or
no?
It's Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball Fighters.
It's Dragon Ball Fighters. Okay, I bought that for the Switch, and I bought NBA 2K19 for the Xbox One for my son.
Ooh.
I know. I was tempted to get it for the PlayStation 4,
okay.
But I was like, I'm not going to play it enough, and it ain't fair for me to hog. I bought 18 for the PlayStation 4 and never really played it, and he didn't play it because I really don't let him touch my 4 on my Switch much. So he got his Xbox One. So I was like, let me be right. And he the one really going to play it. So I bought it for the one. And him and my cousin has been playing it nonstop. My cousin around the same age as him, so I bought that. But yeah, and I downloaded that WarFrame for the Switch. And I'm not gonna front, man. I played WarFrame on the PlayStation 4, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later in one of our topics. But I played it for the PlayStation 4 back when the PlayStation 4 first launched. And back when the PlayStation 4 didn't have that many launch titles, that was anyway, we ain't gonna do that.
Shade.
I'm doing it because of what you said in Hangout with me and Keith. But anyway, it wasn't really. I don't know about you, K-Bum, and I'll let you speak on it. And D2, I don't know if you ever played WarFrame or not. So if you have, you can definitely jump in where you want. When I played it on the PlayStation 4, I don't know. It just didn't feel good. It felt empty. It felt, I don't know, like it just was, it felt like a free-to-play game. It had definitely nice looking graphics, but I just wasn't vibing with it for whatever reason. So I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was gonna basically be the exact same feel when I played it on the Switch. But for whatever reason, it's different. It feels different. I don't know what it is. I went through the same stage, the same introduction, everything. But I kept playing, and I'm really liking this game. I'm really liking I got a chance to play co-op with a few people. I didn't know who they were. I wasn't talking to them or anything, but it was some live actual players playing with me going through one of the stages. And the weird thing, one of them rushed through the stage and beat the boss before we even got there. He had already finished off the mission before we even got to the last part of the stage. But this is definitely a nice game, man, which brings up the question, and we're going to deal with this later. We want to talk about now, with free-to-play games like FortNite, now WarFrame, Paladins, and others. Are they really starting to, outdevelop and outshine third-party AAA titles? That's the topic we're going to deal with, but we'll deal with it later. But I definitely enjoyed the game. I want to get K-Bum thoughts on WarFrame, but I also played Dragon Ball Z Fighters for the Switch, and it's a good game.
Killing that name, bro.
It's something. Well, anyway.
But we got Smash Bros though.
But I don't know. It's Dragon Ball Fighters something. It's Dragon Ball Fighters. I think that's what D2K said it. But I think the fighting and all that is good. The storyline is weak, and the way you go about fighting is very repetitive. You fighting clones of the different Dragon Ball Z characters like Majin Buu, Frieza, Cell, Nappa, Vegeta, Namcha, and all them. You just fighting a whole bunch of clones. Is it Namcha? Is it how you say his name? Yamcha. Yeah, I said Namcha. Yamcha.
That boy, he combined Nappa and Yamcha names together.
Yeah.
Namcha.
We got the video game hurt in the live chat. What's up, video game hurt? But yeah, I was playing the game and I'm thinking it's just gonna be like a Street Fighters, a Tekken, or a Mortal Kombat, where you just progress through the different characters. No, it's kind of lacking in the story part. But the game is good, it's beautiful. It definitely matches what's on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. And visuals, you're not missing anything with the Switch version. And I'm really enjoying it outside of the storyline. I mean, the storyline is whack, is all get out, just like some of Dragon Ball Z storylines can be whack. Some of the arcs can be very horrible. And the same with this game storyline is weak, is kind of, it's nothing to run away with and brag about. It's horrible, but definitely enjoying the game. What else did I play? I actually got a lot of gaming in this week as far as them two games. I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I still need to jump back on that Tomb Raider. I don't know what has happened, why I haven't been turning it on. I really haven't figured it out. I'm liking the game. It's not that it's boring. I don't know. I hit a wall where I didn't care to keep going. So I guess maybe I'm not enjoying it like I think I am. I don't know. But hopefully I jump back on that and get to going back on that. But that's been about it for me this week. I bought some movies. I bought like K-Bum. I didn't buy the 4K versions because I got 4K versions, and I'm not gonna front, man. I think it's a little overrated. I want to get your opinion on this, K-Bum. Is the 4K overrated as far as these movies?
I just bought a 4K player, so I could not tell you that yet.
Okay. Well, I've had one since last year. And I'm gonna be honest. Do you see difference? Yes. Is it worth paying $8-9 more bucks? No. No, it's not. It's not worth it. So I bought the Blu-rays. I'm like, I'm gonna stick with Blu-ray. I bought Uncle Drew, and I bought what's the movie with The Rock with the handicapped leg?
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper, which is a stupid movie. Let me just say that right now. I tend to give The Rock passes on his movies. This is an over-the-top, just totally, absolutely unbelievable. It keeps your attention, but when you get done watching, you be like, "It ain't no way he could have did not half the stuff he did on a bum leg and all that. He couldn't have done none of he did." You had to watch it to see why I'm saying that. But I bought those movies. What else did I buy? Did I buy any more movies? No, that's it. So that was basically my week so far. Dragon Ball Fighter, Warframe, Uncle Drew, and Skyscraper. So anybody else?
What you think about have you seen Uncle Drew yet?
Yes.
What you think about it?
I seen Uncle Drew at the theater. Okay, first of all, Weber stole the show. I don't care what nobody say.
Weber stole the show. I did not know that was Weber until my pop told me like way later in the movie. I did not even know he stole that show.
Yeah, Chris Webber was the standout as far as acting. You would not have thought. I mean, when he, and I don't want to ruin it for nobody, but when you first get introduced to his character, you would not think Chris Webber would be able to pull that off the way he did, and be so believable with it, even down to the hacking and the crooning and everything he was doing. It was right on the money, and I think that's the funniest scene in the whole movie is that scene where you first see Chris Webber. Shaq was funny at points. I think they did horrible on Shaq's makeup, and Shaq looked bad. He looked like a zombie more than an old man.
Yeah, they did kind of bad.
Kyrie, I'm gonna be honest. Kyrie kind of got lost in the, even though it's about Uncle Drew and it's about Kyrie's character. Kyrie kind of got lost in the other characters. Like Reggie Miller character stood out. Chris Webber.
Reggie was funny. I like Reggie's character. That was funny.
Chris Webber was funny.
And then the little dude.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
But he didn't say a whole lot. That's why I was like going to skip over him. But the scene in the bar when they was, had the little, dance off, that's when he kind of shined. But outside of the court, Kyrie character wasn't bad. He didn't do bad. It's just, I don't think he ever really seized any moments outside of playing basketball and the dancing. And his dancing was dope, but his acting really wasn't standout like Chris Webber. Chris Webber stole the show. I think the girl that played his wife, what's her name?
Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie character stood out. Shaq stood out. Reggie Miller stood out. What's his name? The main comedian.
Lil Ray?
Lil Ray. He was all right. Honestly, and I said this talking to my wife, I think this script would have been better for like someone like Kevin Hart. I think Lil Ray was actually acting as if he was Kevin Hart, like his antics was more Kevin Hartish, and it seemed like Kevin Hart would have made this movie go from mediocre to okay to like a drop down funny movie. If it wasn't drop down funny because the main person couldn't pull it off and carry the load of being the main actor. He didn't have it. I think Kevin Hart would have did pull that off better, in my opinion.
But I like I forget the white guy name. I thought
he was funny. He was funny too.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
So, but yeah, overall, man, Uncle Drew is above par. It ain't bad. It's definitely a good watch.
It's above average. It's absolutely
above average.
It's better than what you think it would be.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. Matter of fact, I bought it. So, man, I only spent $7 on it, but still. But anyway, that was my week. So let's get into these topics, shall we? I don't know where y'all want to start. We can start with do y'all want to start with the main topic, or y'all want to work around to the main topic? Which one?
Let's tease the people a little bit. Let's not just jump right into it, man.
Okay, well, the main topic kind of goes into all the other topics, so it kind of all really one conversation.
Well, it's your show. Do what you want.
It's our show. It's not my show. It's our show. So let's go with the whole.
My name ain't on the name of the show, so.
That's right. That is true. I guess I got to put shot of fire way to put K-Bomb in live and level. Anyway, but no, let's go with the Battlefield and Fallout sales being down, and is there a problem going on with these AAA titles? So I don't know if y'all know about it, but supposedly Battlefield 5 sales numbers are down 50% as compared to, I think, Battlefield 1. And Fallout 76 numbers are down 82% when compared to Fallout 4, I think over in Europe, and somewhere over in Europe they got them numbers. So the question is, why are these AAA titles underperforming? And the second part of this question is with companies like EA with loot boxes overkill, and y'all know that they about to be investigated in the States now. I don't know if y'all heard that.
No, I did not hear that. That is news to me.
Yeah, the States is about to investigate loot boxes. And based on the information that came from the other countries that was investigating, now the States is about to look into, is this gambling, because, the numbers and statistics of how many kids and minors have actually bought loot box stuff in games. So with the loot box overkill plus a lack of regard for their fans and consumers, and Bethesda releasing unfinished, broken games, underwhelming AAA titles, also disregarding their fans and consumers, have they pushed gamers too far? Are we beginning to see gamers respond with their wallets? So it's a twofold question. So the first part is, why are these games underperforming? Why are the sales down? K-Bomb.
Oh, I'll let D2K go first because he ain't said nothing in a while.
All right, go on, D2K.
Could you repeat the question?
Why is Battlefield 5 and Fallout 76 underperforming being AAA titles? What is going on here? That's the first part of the question.
Well, I don't know about Battlefield 5, but I know for a fact that Fallout 76 has gotten a game. It's something that's been kind of a recurring theme with Fallout games over the years. They're just reusing the same assets over and over, not really putting their best effort for it. And it's not a good quality game in terms of the actual execution of it. It's a mess. It's a development mess for the potential of what it could be and all the hype that goes with it. The actual game itself doesn't match that because a lot of it is, borderline unplayable. And people have gotten too much of that in the past couple of years, and people are just starting to say, you know what, I don't have to do this. I don't have to buy these games. These companies, all of them, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, third parties, whatever, they all try to force you into thinking that you must give them your money. And people are starting to wake up to the fact that, no, I actually don't. And there are a lot of different options out there for people, and people are getting their hands on those options, and these big AAA companies are sitting there holding the bag, wondering what's wrong, and they don't want to look in the mirror and see that they're the ones that are causing the problem. So, it has a lot to do with the fact that the quality of the games are going down because these are cut and paste jobs. It's the same thing year in, year out. I mean, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. I mean, it's the same game, just changing the scenery, changing the time frame, but it's basically the same idea. If you have one of those games somewhere, you're getting the experience. You don't need to get every single iteration of it unless you're fiending off of the franchise somewhat. I mean, if you got Madden, now I know K-Ball's going to say something about this, but if you got Madden 17, Madden, or Madden 18, is it necessary for you to go out and get 19? Not really.
Depending on the type of gamer you are, that is 100% true.
But I will say that there are changes that are taking place, that have taken place in the last couple of iterations of Madden, especially this year, because I don't get a chance to play it that much, but over the Thanksgiving weekend, I played my nephews in it, and there is a lot different in that game now. And there's a lot of things that I used to be able to do that I can't do anymore, that I have to relearn how to do, as far as timing on runs and blocking and catching. Basically, if you throw any kind of pass downfield, it's a manual thing now. It's not an automatic thing. If you throw the ball downfield, it's going to get intercepted. If you are not fully into catching that ball, it's going to get picked off every single time. So there's a lot that's changed in Madden, but it's fundamentally the same idea. And if you're not a competitive person, then you're not missing anything if you already got a previous Madden. And the same thing goes for Battlefield. The same thing goes for Fallout. It's the same thing. A world destroyed by World War III. It's not it's the same idea. What's different about it? It's the same game ever since the beginning. So, for me, people just get tired of the same stuff. They want something new.
Yeah.
Trash, garbage, fail. This is a trash movie.
Anyway, I got them back up. So I agree with you, man. I think people have hit that wall of fatigue with Fallout 76 and but I want to let K-Bum jump in here first before I go into my thoughts. Go ahead, K-Bum.
So I think what we're seeing is, my opinion is that what we're seeing is that companies, these big name companies, can't just put any, just can't continue to do their rinse and repeat with some of their games and expect them to fly off the shelf. We kind of talked about it in our hangout that there was some competition this fall, and the competition is not constantly coming from the big studios. You have a lot of indie titles, a lot of smaller games that are competing for your time, and also, but here's what I want to say about this. So let me step back. What I want to say about this is that what you're seeing is that people are not going to buy games just based off the name.
Okay.
And it's not that third that rinse and repeat games, not rinse and repeat, but kind of yearly games that people are not going to buy those. When you talk about Fallout 76, when you talk about Battlefield, was it 5? Was it?
Yes.
5?
Yeah.
There are issues, problems surrounding these games. With Fallout, you have just massive amounts of bugs. I mean, I saw some. I think it was one that deleted your save file. Was that Fallout?
I don't know if that was Fallout, but I know it's a. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a game that sure. I don't know if it was Fallout. I thought it was, but it probably was a different game. That the bug was so bad it deleted the whole game file. But like there's bad. That fans of the game don't want to play it. People who are fans of. In fact, I talked to a buddy who's a fan of Fallout, and he's like, "I'm not touching it." Like he's seen the reviews, he's heard about it, he's just not doing it. And the thing with Battlefield 5 is that, you know, I was reading up about it. They was talking about how the game is like half done. That the game that you have right now is half a game. It's not even a full game. And that people are pushing back like, no, man, I'm not going to give you $60 for a half a game. There are other people who are going to make me quality product that I will give my money to. And that's what you see, and that's why. And it's not that it's just you know, these heavy hitters, these big companies that their people are shunning off. It's the ones that are not doing a good enough job. Because let's not forget that last month that a big name AAA game just broke the record for both highest selling.
Dead Red
broke the record for entertainment selling the most over a weekend of any entertainment. So it's not that, like, you know what I'm saying, these big companies, no one wants to buy games from big companies. It's the ones that's going to do a shady job. They're not going to continue to give you the money. And the last point I wanted to give is, so I was with my wife, and we went over her people's house, and a guy who I would classify as a casual gamer had a Switch over there. That make you happy level. But he had the Switch over there. So he brought a Switch.
Oh,
and
okay.
They were playing Mario Tennis and Mario Kart. Right?
They who? Who was they?
my wife's.
Oh, wait, say it again. Because do I need to call somebody who told me that ain't them for kids? Ain't Nintendo products for kids?
Well, he's a grown kid, so but
no,
anyway,
I'm saying she played it, right? Did she play?
No, she didn't play it. She wasn't playing that.
I thought I had.
No, you ain't have her. She wasn't playing that.
I thought I had her. Boy, I'm calling her right now.
No,
it's called congratulations. You played yourself.
No, she wasn't playing. But it's funny. So he went to his main menu, and what I saw in his main menu was so many indie games. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is a casual gamer, and he has probably triple the amount of indie games that I have on my systems. And I'm like, wow, even the casuals out here buying indie games like that. And they were even talking about the two brothers. They were talking about Hollow Knight. He said, oh man, it's Hollow Knight, and they knew all about it and asking about, hey man, how it is and blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know casual games were disinformed of indie games. But they are. And so and that's what the joy of the internet is.
Hold on, just a sec. Welcome to the show. Cornelius is in the building. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that's the joy. Casual gamers can have insight on these indie games, and that's why you're going to see them bypass bad products by AAA companies.
So, I mean, with that being said, like I said, this basically is going to be one big topic because this basically is intertwining into all of our topics. Because that's what I see. I see people have hit that threshing floor where they're not going to tolerate, and like you said, K-Bum, and I think D2K kind of echoed as well. People are not going to tolerate like looking at Bethesda with Fallout. And pretty much all Bethesda games, for the most part, they release them with a lot of bugs, right? A whole lot of bugs. And this has become the norm. That's what they're known for, releasing unfinished, broken games that they send out patches and fix over the life of the game. They constantly patching and repairing a game that you gave them 60, and some folks, from my understanding, some folks gave 100 plus for this Fallout 76 game. They spent like, $200 up to $200 on this game. And the game is extremely buggy. They say it's so bad, it's worse than they have ever seen Bethesda release. And they said the game has no story, has no characters in the game to interact with that are not real people. So basically, you have a game that you're running around with that you're forced to play with other people in order to have anything of meaning to do in the game. And they spent between $60 to $200 for a buggy, broken, uninspiring, last generation graphics. They said the game in some parts looked like PlayStation 2, and I watched videos, and they're not lying. Some parts of the game look like a PlayStation 2, early PlayStation 3 game. And people spent their hard-earned money, and that's what Bethesda gave them. And now that they're being like their threats of lawsuits, Bethesda said that they was going to refund those who wanted their refund. I guess when they got the feedback with how many people was looking to get a refund, they quickly came back and said they're not refunding it, and they got a clause in it to where if you download it that you cannot get a refund if you download it directly from them. So you were basically up the creek, and you got a broken, hollow, unfinished trash of a game, and they got your money, and it's like they can care less. And I think people are waking up to that reality. And you look at Battlefield 5 with the situation going on, and some of the statements that some of the folks over there made when folks was complaining about the accuracy of certain elements in the game, and he basically said, if you don't like the game, don't buy it. That's one of the statements he made, like one of the higher ups there made. And it's like, and you hit it on the nail, K-Bum. You got people that's putting free-to-play games that are outdoing AAA titles. And you don't have to play nothing to play these games. I haven't paid a dime on Paladins. I haven't played a dime on FortNite. I haven't paid a dime to play WarFrame. And these games are outpacing games with supposedly $100 million, $200 million budgets. How is this possible? I mean, go ahead. If somebody want to jump in, it's just, to me, that's like, where are we at when you can release a game like Fallout 76 that's borrowing all the elements from Fallout 4 with no, what the NPCs, is that what they call them? NPCs?
Yeah, no NPCs.
No NPCs in the game. So you have literally, like, all the videos I watched, I think they had one NPC, and it was so glitched out that the cow, it was like this dude, a merchant, this alien merchant, and they said that's the only one in the game. There's only one, and it's him. And it was so bugged out that the cow that he had was floating over a flight of stairs. And this, you pay $60 for this stuff. And some parts of the game, you get stuck on invisible debris that you can't see, but you can't move. And it keeps you stuck there. And they were just naming off all the bugs, like even with the sound, and people paid hard-earned cash for that. And now they won't give them a refund. And all the reviews are coming in. One reviewer said, I stopped playing, I can care less. He was using all type of words that I will not use.
Colorful words.
Oh, it was very colorful, but
choice adjectives.
But we got Smash Bros though.
It was very colorful. So he was using some choice words. But he said after 30 hours of trying to get the review in and get it done, he said, I'm done. He said, I'm done. I'm not playing anymore. After he read another person's review and they gave him the go ahead, like, because that person that quit, he's like, well, shoot, finally, if he quit, I'm quitting because he couldn't stand the game. He said it's just a broken mess. He said it's laughable how bad it is. And this is coming, basically being echoed across the board with Fallout 76. It's basically Fallout 4 without the story. Without the story and everything that made Fallout 4 good, Fallout 76 is that. And without all that stuff in it. That's what Fallout 76 is. Fallout 4 without all the meat and potatoes. It's just a dish with juice on it. Like, that's crazy, man, that we have fallen to this place to where these are supposedly AAA titles from major third-party companies. How is that possible? Go ahead, D2.
It's kind of like, I'm sitting here watching this this game between the Saints and the Cowboys, and I'm looking at, how the Saints have played all year, how the Chiefs have played all year, how the Rams have played all year. And a lot of these teams that are successful have a lot of different offensive schemes where they have a lot of motion in their offense, a lot of people moving, a lot of misdirection. It's a very up-tempo offense. They have mobile quarterbacks running around. It's very unconventional from what is the norm is successful in the NFL. And the teams that are kind of stuck in the mud are the teams that are still trying to do the same tried and true method of having a statue quarterback that can stand in the pocket and throw bombs down the field. That's not working anymore. And it seems like in terms of video gaming, it's the same thing. As a lot of these companies are basically relying on formulas that just don't work anymore, because you have these smaller, I won't call them indie studios, but smaller companies and indie studios that are giving a new dynamic in terms of gaming and giving something new and fresh for people to play. And a lot of these games are free, and you can't be free. You can't be free. So if you got a game that's free and it's giving you something that's fresh and invigorating and it doesn't have a lot of bugs and it's clean, then people are going to say, hey, let's try that. And then word of mouth starts to spread. Hey, did you hear about this game? Did you hear about FortNite? Did you hear about Paladins? Did you hear about this and that? People start to talk and they start to say, hey, and it starts to become a big thing. And a lot of this, people get sick and tired of the same things. They want to see new things. And that's what we're getting now. We're getting newer things. They're a lot less expensive or free. And these big companies are better changed, or they're going to be left behind.
I agree. I mean, when you got games coming out free, that's quality games, and then you look at, and K-Bum brought it up, when you look at Red Dead Redemption, right? Red Dead Redemption. You see how Rockstar took their time. Mm-hmm. They didn't rush that game out. They didn't say, man, we got to have some out. No, Rockstar.
It was actually delayed
right
a couple times, right?
Yeah, to get it right. Now, look at Grand Theft Auto. How long have we had Grand Theft Auto 5 on the market?
It was before the PS4 came out.
It's at least 9 years.
2013, I believe, the PS4 came out. So it came out.
It was on the PlayStation 3, so it had to be a year before the PlayStation 4. So I want to
No. It came out. No, I don't think it was a year. I think it came out in like September, and then the PS4 dropped at November or something like that.
Okay, so he's either 12 or 13, right?
Yeah, I think it's either 13 or 12. I'm thinking 13.
Okay. You looking it up, D2?
It was September 17, 2013.
Okay, so K-Bone's right on the money. So basically, that's how many years is that? 5-6 years now?
Yeah. So
you telling me one game from Rockstar has been able to stand the test of time, and only reason it's probably not selling as much as it was because everybody has bought it. And now that they released Red Dead Redemption, you have so they lived off of Grand Theft Auto 5 for almost 5 years.
And it's the biggest selling game of all time in terms of
biggest selling game of all time.
As far as all encompassing, because that's spread through many different consoles. It's not the best selling game on one console because that's Wii Sports, but as far as all together, no game has sold more than Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right. Now that says so Rockstar takes their time. They are proving the quality of their title. So when you buy a Rockstar title, you know you're getting quality. You know you're getting something that's gonna serve you and benefit you for at least the next few years, not next few months, next few years. And then you have a company like EA who rush stuff to the shelf and gas you up on visuals and have no substance to back it up. There's nothing there. And then you have a company like Bethesda who might have a whole lot there, but it's so buggy, glitched out, and broken that you can't enjoy what they have there because they haven't taken the time out to optimize, to play the game and work out all the kinks and all the bugs to make sure that your experience is one of quality. They just just put it out there and we get the money and we'll fix it later.
So here's the thing with that level. We have to make sure we put the blame on the right people. We're talking about something like that. I know we're talking about these AAA companies, but what people forget, and I see this a lot with Madden, way too much with Madden. What they do, they turn and put the blame on the developers. This is not the developers,
right?
These are the suits who tells the developers this game is coming out November 12th. You need to do what you got to do to get this game out November 12th. And the developers, and that's why when people were which I don't understand, and when people mocking the Red Dead Redemption people at Rockstar for working 80 to 100-hour days, saying, oh, whatever, they make good money and all this stuff. No, man, these are people who are not seeing their children. Mm-hmm. But they're putting this work in to give you something that you play in your hobby, your spare time. And these people are spending their life doing it. But we have to put the blame where it's supposed to be. And the blame is, the majority of the time, is not on these developers. I've listened to, I follow real closely to the Madden developers. And you can hear them. They tell you straight up, no, I wanted to get this feature in that you've been asking for blah blah blah, you know, and they're despite of what they say, they'll say no, that we have a deadline, we have so many hours in, we got to get with. There is no shade, and what happened is Seuss will come in. This has happened to several games. Seuss will come in and say, I think the kids like this, so I need you to make the thing do this. And totally change the development that developers wanted to do. And so we have to make sure that we understand to blame the right people. It's not always just on the developers.
I agree.
They are being told what to do, how. I work in development. I know how.
So yeah. I can see where the fire coming from.
No, well,
like hold on now.
I'm not a full-fledged developer, QA developer. So I'm in QA and development. I do both. But I work closely with pure developers, and I know how it works. I work for a big company. Matter of fact, beforehand I worked at Enterprise, and we had apps, and they said, no, this app is coming out at this time. If you fix what you need to fix, and if it doesn't on the back burner, we'll take care of it later. But you're going to get it out at this date.
Okay, so I agree. I would concede to it ain't really always on the developers, but we'll give them a pass, and I'm pretty sure some companies are worse than others at putting their developers in compromising positions. I don't know if that's the case with Bethesda. I don't know if that's the case with this particular company. I think the developers have gotten used to putting out unfinished titles, and we as gamers, I remember John Shaw called us crackheads or whatever his line. We got that itch, and we go by and we make excuses for broken games. Mm-hmm. Now, Bethesda to me gets no pass here. If you named something like, I even let EA get away with a few if they release a game that was clearly not finished, because that's not their norm. EA normally does stuff like put too many microtransactions. Now they go crazy with the whole loot box stuff. EA always trying to find a way to get over on you and get more money out of you. But they give you a game, and most of the time the game does what the game says it's going to do. In most cases, outside of the latest Mass Effect Andromeda, I think that might have been one game that they probably absolutely regret in Battlefront, the last Battlefront game with the loot boxes. But EA normally gives you what you pay for. A company like Rockstar always gives you what you pay for. First party PlayStation, first party Nintendo, and in a lesser sense, first party. I don't even know if Microsoft have first party. Anyway,
not this gen.
Not this gen. So that's why I had to push pause. But they normally get you and give you what you pay for. Bethesda is known. K-Bomb is known. It's a part of they MO. They is a part of who they are. Matter of fact, we expect bugs. So I can't give these developers a pass on none of that.
And here's the thing. At the end of the day, to me, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the shoes. I've seen it. I've seen developers tell them we can't put this out in this state. And the thing is, so the way that the video games work is the same way that these big companies work when it comes to apps and stuff like that. They have a backlog of bugs they already know are game breakers, and so what they're going to put that product out anyway because they have a list of them and they know what they are. Some that's found out later. A lot of them they already know. That's why you get a lot of day one patches. They already know what these bugs are. Mm-hmm. They already know what some of these breaking bugs are. But they have to get the product out, and that goes the same thing for Bethesda. Maybe their developers aren't as skilled. I don't know. I can't say that. But what I know is that Bethesda is going to say to all those developers, this game is going to come out. And those bugs, because you can't fix everything. Because like I said, I work in QA, so I catch bugs all the time. I know how it works. That they're going to say, well, that bug we can live with.
Welcome to the show, Alex Prim. Prime.
Oh my God!
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
You did it again.
We got Smash Bros though.
I did. I was looking right at it, and I still said Prim, man. I still said Prim. Anyway, what's up, Alex? Welcome to the show. But K-Bub, okay, I know with you being a developer and you making programs,
both QA. I'm in both QA and development, so I see.
Right, so you develop stuff and then you test stuff to see the bugs and find out the glitches and repair, right? And I know you sensitive, but I know you a little sensitive and little you trying to play devil's advocate for the development side, and I give a pass, but Bethesda, can we honestly give Bethesda? Let's forget about all the other companies. They deserve pass. Like I said, even EA, Capcom, any other company you want to name, I would give a pass if they release an overly buggy game that a suit and tie told them we want this game out by this deadline, and you're gonna meet that deadline and it ain't ready. Okay, but Bethesda is a whole nother beast. Bruh, they known. Like, go look at them old Skyrim videos, man. Where
I remember it. Arrow to the knee. I remember all that.
D2K, you know. So if we and you're talking about what? This has been about 15 years now. So you're talking about a decade and a half. Gamers have become accustomed to Bethesda giving you heavily glitched out games, and we have accepted this as a norm and acceptable practice by Bethesda. And then they released Fallout 76, and it's so bad that even the people who has accepted glitchy games as normal practice and has made us excuses for it is talking about this is a bridge too far. Bro, this has to be extremely bad.
So what you're basically saying is that the blame for this ultimately falls on the gamers.
True. Yes. Oh yeah. We culpable. We definitely share it. Now I've never bought, and from my understanding here, none of us have ever played a Fallout game. My first Bethesda game was probably Doom. I don't really get into them type of games, but not to exempt us from the pack, gamers are responsible to condition with Fallout 76. We are to blame just as much as the suits and the developers who listen to them suits. We bought them games when they knew them games was broken. That's why I'm saying, like, have this woke up gamers? Has Fallout 76, and this is basically the main topic, has Fallout 76, is it so bad that it literally woke gamers up to the reality that this is not acceptable?
I mean, it can be that. It can be used for that purpose. I don't know if people in this day and age have enough gumption to make those type of decisions and say, I'm not going to give this company my money until they get it right. You know, a lot of people complain. I was saying this on one of Shokio's videos today because he was talking about how Nintendo finally got rid of that stupid YouTube Creatives program.
Yeah.
And everything. And I said that, you know, that's great, but, you know, don't think it's sweet because that just means they found some new and improved way to screw you and they don't need this anymore. But the point is that, you know, these companies, you know, when they get a hold of you, they're going to find something else to do. So even if people get, I'm not going to stand it for this anymore. I'm not going to take this anymore. They'll give you what you want to just give you a false sense of security that they've changed, but they're planning something worse later on. So, you know, I say that for me, I don't give my money to people who don't give me what I want as a consumer. If I give you my money, that means I want something from you and I expect something from you. I don't owe you nothing. Not one dime that's in my pocket belongs to you. It belongs to me. I'm trading my money for something back from you. And if you can't give me that, you're not going to get my money. Period. So people just need to understand, like, you don't have to give Nintendo your money. You don't have to give Bethesda. You don't have to give Microsoft. You don't have to give Sony. I don't care who it is. You don't have to give them your money. If they can't come, I'm not going to even go there. I'm getting too wound up. You know, it just stop giving these people your money, man.
But listen.
But we got Smash Bros, though.
Oh, man.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
No, but you're right, D2K. I think it's our fault. It's our fault. It is definitely our fault. Had we spoke up, had we made noise by holding our pockets and our wallets and voted with our wallets and said no to this crap when it was crap then, because the question I have too, was Fallout ever really good?
No.
I mean, was these games ever actually as good as we said they were? And now I know I might be stepping out here and I could be sounding very hypocritical because I've never really played Fallout. But listening to video after video after video, and K-Bum, you can address because it was so funny. I kept posting them. Y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all was like, man, would you stop putting these videos up? I mean, video after video after video, different people from different spectrums of life saying the exact same thing, and then using revisionist history, looking back on the titles and asking, were these games ever even good to begin with? And I'm thinking, how did they pull us into this place to where we made excuses for their trash and for their hustle? We made excuses like drug addicts. We made excuses for them giving us nothing, basically, or broken, underwhelming, definitely not deserving of what you said, D2K, your hard-earned cash. And if I work hard, I want equivalent of what I'm giving you. If I'm giving you $60, I expect the game to live up to my $60-something. But to hear that some people spent over $200 on this title, and I'm seeing pictures after picture and photograph after photograph of shelves full of Fallout 76 and shelves full of Battlefield 5, and you seeing Red Dead Redemption selling out. You seeing Black Ops and all them games selling out because they have, learned how to give you that same level of quality that you expect every time they put these titles out. Why was we accepting this nonsense all this time? Because that's all Fallout 76 is basically the combination of the reality of the fact that we was accepting mediocrity the whole time. That's what this proves.
Well,
this game. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's the dichotomy of idolatry. That whenever you have something that you just hold in higher regards than they really should be, then you're going to make excuses for it. It's just like how, looking at Nintendo, they have decades worth of anti-consumer behavior, but people still make excuses for it every single time they do it because they love Nintendo. Microsoft is, they crapped the bed this year. This year, but this gen completely in first party. And outside of, Halo, Gears, and Forza, first party has been kind of bare. But
it's bare with them titles.
This gen is most definitely, but obviously the 360 and the Xbox, those three, things were the stuff. But that was a long time ago. But people make excuses for Microsoft, even though their first party never really was that good outside those three titles that I mentioned, those three franchises that I mentioned. It's just like if you love something, it's like a favorite, your favorite player or something, whether it's a football player, basketball player. Whenever other team makes a mistake, you say, "Oh, this team sucks and they're stupid and they need to learn how to play better." When your favorite team or player does the exact same thing, well, for instance, like Aaron Rodgers, he's playing really bad right now. The Packers might not even make the playoffs. But you listen to people call up on the telephones, it's like, well, it's offensive line's fault, it's Mike McCarthy's fault, the receivers aren't getting open, his shoulder hurts, his knee hurts, blah, blah, blah. But when you get somebody else, well, he needs to play better. If it's Dak Prescott or if it's Cam Newton, well, he knows it doesn't matter that he's getting hit in the knees illegally. He's 260 pounds. He should be able to take that. It's hypocrisy. Or like this whole Baker Mayfield situation where he's out there totally disrespecting a guy that doesn't even work there anymore. And people are saying, well, that's just Baker Mayfield being Baker Mayfield. That's just who he is. Let Odell Beckham Jr. say something like that about what he did. He did say something like that, and they crucified this guy in the media. Hypocrisy. So that has a lot to do with it, too. Hypocrisy on our own parts when our favorites don't do what they're supposed to do because we love them so much, we give them a pass. And these companies rely on that because they know that these fools going to support us no matter what we do. So we can put out a broken game.
Speaking of that, going back to what you brought up, Nintendo with this whole YouTube blocking folks from putting videos up. Like, that should have never been supported. That should have never been justified. Nintendo was wrong and stupid for doing that mess. And the fact that they are taking it down and stopping says one or two things. Either, like you said, they have found out another way to get over on folks, or they wasn't making no money from it and don't see no need to continue to block folks because it ain't no money to get from it. Them the only two reasons they stopped. It's probably costing us more money to try to stop folks from putting our videos up, and we probably ain't getting any money from the people who bought into our little program. So let them put their videos up. It's like that should have been your position from the gate.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have never stopped anybody from posting an old Mario game that everybody has seen 20 times. Showing actually it's free marketing and publicity for you.
Yeah.
I go there to see the game and see somebody playing and it looks like it's fun. Then I'm gonna go out and buy that game. Why you think I bought Mario plus Rabbids? Watching people play it so long, I was like, man, I think I might actually like that. Had I not saw it enough, I would have never bought that game because I don't play them type of games. So Nintendo is being straight backwards, and the fact that they finally pulled their head out the dirt and the sand. They don't deserve no praise for stopping something that should have never been started. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I forgot who I saw post a video on that as if this was something worthy of praise. This is not worthy of praise. They should have been condemned and they should get clowned for ever starting that whole program. It was greed. It was unnecessary. It showed that they was detached, and it shows that they are just as willing to screw over their base and milk their fans as much as they possibly can for no reason. Because you post a video of me showing my excitement and joy of your games. You're gonna punish me for being a fan of you. That's what that was. I'm punishing you for being a fan of me and bringing me publicity. Because I see dollar signs because you probably monetizing that, and I saw that you got 100,000 views. I probably could have got some of them coins. So we gonna punish you for praising us so that we can make more. It was greedy. It was the absolute undeniable greed that Nintendo had that caused them to do that. And I'm pretty sure they looking stupid because there wasn't no money to be made there to begin with. It was a waste of time and a waste of energy and a pointless program. So I'm with you. Go ahead, though. K-Bum, whoever want to jump in.
On my behalf, I've kind of beat this thing to the ground.
Okay.
Because D2K, I think he did a good job wrapping it up of making sure I did. It's the gamers as well. I think that was the important call out that we just like we've done in Battlefield when we spoke out about loot boxes, just like what we did the Mass Effect game came out and we spoke out against not playing buggy games. You know, just in those instances about what we don't want, and making these companies have to change their tune. It's what we need to do about not accepting garbage. Mm-hmm. You speak with dollar bills, and these companies completely change their tunes.
Welcome to the show, Dark Sun Rider. I think I saw you down here. Is he down here? I thought I saw him. Anyway, so let's move on. We thoroughly hit that topic. So K-Bum kind of brought this up earlier, and I want to retouch on this, and then we'll move on to our last topic. Last two topics. One will be real quick. It ain't gonna take long. But going back into the whole free-to-play game scenario and the quality that is starting to come from, people like Epic and the people behind WarFrame and the people behind Paladins, do you see a possibility that there's going to be more to come in this line of how they're releasing these games, high quality games for free? Do you see more to come, or do you feel like this is just an outlier and this won't become a norm? Because it's amazing that we have a game like FortNite and WarFrame.
Level.
Yeah.
Level.
Yeah.
I have one simple thing to say to you.
Yeah.
FortNite made $1 billion. What do you think?
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
So bruh. I didn't know that. Yeah, you did. You did say that.
Yes,
podcast,
we did. $1 billion of free. Oh, okay. A free-to-play game made $1 billion. Can we wrap our head around not by
So
the
that's
sales of
all
the
of-
game, but by just cosmetic? I don't think they have any pay to win stuff, and it's just cosmetic and outfits and licensing. Now I have a license with the NFL and like that, but they $1 billion, and even speaking of more than that, back when free to play on mobile was king, it still is, but when it first jumped on the screen, Candy Crush was making $1 million a day, $1 million a day, man. These free to play games are not going anywhere. What's going to happen is that they're going to evolve. They're going to morph, and what you're going to see, what you might see. I don't know if I guess I can talk now and be on the topic. What you're going to see is you're going to see a change, and that change is going to be that the name of it is going to change. EA is already trying to change it.
Don't that makes when you say EA, my whole countenance changed. Like
let me just finish it. Let me just finish it.
Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else.
I don't want to hear EA, man. No, go ahead though.
It's going to be called Games as a Service.
Okay.
This free to play games.
That sound EA-ish.
Their Madden is probably going to be the next game that's going to do that.
Madden, so it'll be free.
I think Madden's going either it's going to be an entry price, just like a subscription type game, or maybe be a monthly subscription. I don't know how they're going to do it. It may be free with stuff to buy, but you're going to see a morphing of these games as a service, because to be honest, that's what and the ideal of it is what FortNite is. It's what WarFrame is. It's a game as a service. It's something that you put out there and it's constantly being updated and modified and morphed and evolving. You're going to see that model continue.
But I don't want to see an EA do it, because we know EA is not. See, okay, the thing about Epic, and I'm pretty sure they all greedy to an extent. You ain't doing this not to make money. I would think WarFrame might be one of the few that you can look at and say, this is a passion project. You could tell that the people that's behind that game really enjoy what they're doing, to stick to a free-to-play model like that for the last
but
5 years.
I'm sorry to say, WarFrame was a pay to win. I don't know what it is now, but it was pay to win.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm saying they all out to make money.
No. It's a difference between pay to win and just making money.
Right.
Pay to win means like is what was going on inside of
Battlefront.
The Battlefront, yes. WarFrame is even though you're playing with each other, there is a lot of pay to win aspect. Like if you have to wait time. There takes time to make a weapon, right? You put so much stuff in there, and then time happens, and it takes like 6 hours, 8 hours, blah blah blah, before it can finish, right?
Right.
If you spend money, it can go faster,
right?
And then you can actually spend money and buy fully equipped weapons, and don't have to use your time to evolve them. So,
but
I do want to say WarFrame does have
pay to win. I'm with is a pay to win model, but okay. I'll give WarFrame this caveat, this pass, this. But Battlefront, you had to pay up front $60, and then you had something pay to win. Whereas WarFrame is free, and if you want to pay for a better gun and pay for this so that you can have an advantage, that's where they made their money at. So while it's not right in a sense, I guess with them offering the game for free, really can you complain if somebody want to have better weapons and willing to pay for it when the game from the gate is free? You don't have to pay nothing to play it, and you still getting a pretty fleshed out game with developers who constantly add to it.
Depends on the imbalance that is created from the pay to win.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I ain't giving them a pass, but I'm saying I won't put them up there with EA with Battlefront. That's what I'm saying. But my point is, I don't want to see EA and companies like EA jump into this model of the free to play or games. What you say? You use the term that you said.
Games as a service.
Games as a service, because I'm telling you, man, EA would kill it. It would become like they do everything. They touch it, and it becomes less than what it was before they touched it. The EA of today, not the EA back in the day with big. I like that EA. I liked when that EA was about making the best games, the funnest games, the most over the top, creative, animated, fun games. That EA is dead. This EA is about money and how much can we rake in, how much can we exploit those who buy our products, and you get them on a free-to-play model like a Fortnite, you guarantee they gonna do stuff that I don't think Epic and other companies like them will do. EA is gonna have algorithms and all type of stuff to make sure they get every dime they can get out of you. I don't trust. I don't even want to hear EA mentioned with free to play. I just don't, because I see something great here, like the Switch. What the Switch has done for me that I wouldn't have never. And I know this is wrong, and I know this might come out very fanboyish, but there's a lot of things that I've done with the Switch and games that I've played on the Switch that I probably would have never played on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. I'll be honest about that, because of the uniqueness of the Switch and the fact that I can take it anywhere, and in many cases, third party is not that abundant, so it forces me to pay more attention to games like a WarFrame, game like a FortNite, because you're not getting all the other stuff that you would get on an Xbox or a PlayStation system. It's forcing me to anticipate WarFrame, whereas when I had the PlayStation 4, WarFrame was the last thing that was on my mind. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking because I got third party to fill up that void, where on the Switch, Nintendo ain't filling that void, and there ain't a whole lot of third party filling it. So you're happy when Fortnite shows up. You're happy when WarFrame shows up, because you ain't gonna get nothing like that too many other places. But I'm glad of that dynamic, because I've seen the light on some of these indie titles and some of these free-to-play titles. I'm starting to see that these games are not far off from, I would say WarFrame is flirting with AAA level type of a game. I would say Fortnite is close to a AAA type of a game. So, but I would have never even gave these games a shot had it not been for the situation and the circumstance surrounding the Switch and third party and those type of games, having to go to these routes to play those type of games. I wouldn't have never got into Fortnite on the PlayStation. And I'm being honest, but after I played, I'm like, dang, this is actually a good game. And that game made me, well, I wonder what Paladin's about. And I like Paladins more than I like Fortnite. And then from there, I was like, well, when I saw WarFrame was coming, I'm like, I'm going to get that too. So, and these games are good. These are very good games, man. The fact that I ain't played a dime for not one of them. And I play WarFrame more than I've been playing WarFrame like crazy. And I've been playing Paladins. I was playing Paladins before Keith went down. Me and Keith used to play Paladins all the time until now we got a paywall. But before we was playing Paladins all the time. So I don't know, man. I don't want to see EA and companies like EA take on this, because I feel like they'll destroy it and make it sour for all the gamers and all of us who see the bright future of it. I think EA would be the one company I would not want to see touch it. Go ahead. Whoever want to come in. If you,
I was gonna let D2K slide in. I just saying some.
yeah, D2K. So D2K in this game, I'm looking too. It looks like the Saints is. I don't know how the Saints is letting them Cowboys.
Man,
They just fumbled the ball, so
I don't know. I'm getting ticked off these boys. And there's another flag. There's a flag to throw. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so anybody got any more thoughts before we move on? We move on to another topic.
No, so yeah, we're gonna continue to see it, man. We're gonna continue to see free to play. We're gonna see the evolution of that, which is game as a service. We're gonna see all of that. Oh my man! Oh, he broke his leg. Oh crap! No, he didn't. He back up. Cool. Yeah, man. So we're gonna continue to see all that stuff, man. Because like I said, man, that stuff makes money. You already see all these clones of FortNite in these pay games, so you're gonna continue to see that because there's a lot of money to be had in that space. Like I said, it's a lot of exploitation that's going to happen too. Because, like I said, if EA or other companies get there, that knows how to milk their consumers, despite what it does to their community, they're going to do it. But it's coming.
I also think that this will really play into the next gen as well. If both Microsoft and Sony are definitely serious about going with this whole streaming aspect, that could save them a lot of money it will save us a lot of money as far as you just buying a service and the receptor to receive a signal from the streaming service, and then you have all these free-to-play games to go with it. That would be really interesting. I mean, if you buy the whatever it's going to be called, like the Scarlet Portable, whatever it's going to be called, you buy that for maybe $100 or something like that, because it's basically just a receptacle. But then you got all these free to play games, and then you basically pay as much as you want to play. That might pull in a lot of people who aren't really into it right now, and a lot of people who have gotten into it because of stuff like FortNite and Paladins and WarFrame might double down on some of these other consoles. Because right now, a lot of these people are, doing it with the Switch and doing it with their mobile devices they already have. But now if you add other stuff in there, a lighter version, these kind of casual people don't care about big bulky machines. But if you can give them some type of portable device or some type of receptacle that doesn't take up any room on their TV, that they can get the same level of graphics just from streaming, and then you got free-to-play games to go with it, that can make things go a lot faster for people who aren't really hardcore gamers.
Right. And I don't know who said it earlier, but when you put that FREE on it, it look, bruh, I'm like, bruh, I got 3 quality games that I enjoy, and I didn't pay a dime for them. And I'm not saying I enjoy them casual. I enjoy the game. Like, I could see myself paying for a FortNite. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself paying for WarFrame. I could see myself putting a few dollars down on a Paladins. These games are good enough to me to actually get my dollars, and the fact that I don't have to pay a dime for them. And if they start putting other genres out, like outside of the shooter genre, maybe they get some type of way they can get some platformers and some other type of games in that same free-to-play mode, a racer in that free-to-play mode or a sports title in that free-to-play mode. Dude, that is going. I mean, if FortNite can get $1 billion just off of cosmetics, imagine what, minus EA, but imagine what a title like Madden could get. Imagine what a title like NBA 2K19 can get if you don't have to pay to get the game, but you just paying for the cosmetics and all the extra stuff, the shoes and the hairstyles and the clothes and whatever thing you want to get, or the move sets, or dude, they'll make more than FortNite. It's
once these major franchises start latching on to this ideal, then you're going to really start to see some smoke in the city.
Don't tell me they got an interception.
They're reviewing it. I think he hit the ground.
Nope, that
they
is
gonna give him.
that
They
is
gonna
an
give him that.
interception.
That's how you know you watching cats that this is a grown man show because we all in this game. Anyway, so let's move on to this next part. We can't be geeks all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so Reggie says no 64 Classic. Do you believe him, D2K?
I don't really know because that might not be on their radar right now, and they might be concentrating on other things, and they might just. It's not like it would take a whole lot to just flip a switch and say, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it. I mean, it's just putting the emulator in a box, so it's not that big of a deal. They could they could be completely against it today and decide to do it tomorrow, and it wouldn't be any big deal. So, I think that right now that's not on their radar, and that's the reason why they're saying no, because it's not really important right now. They're focusing on other things, which they should. It's not really necessary. I mean, I think that it would be more prudent for them to put N64 games on their online service. That's what they should be doing. They should be putting N64 games on their service. They should be putting GameCube games on their service. They should be putting Wii games on their service, especially Wii games, because you already got the Joy-Cons. So that's what you should be focusing on, is putting those games on your online service and not making these little collector's toys.
Before I throw this question at K-Bomb, I want to ask you this: do you believe the whole no Skyward Sword HD coming as well?
I don't believe the Saints about to lose this game. That's what I do. My bad for throwing. I'm kind of.
So was that a catch? It was. Yeah.
I'm kind of ticked off right now because it's. Yeah. So since when the Rams
I can only imagine what Stephen A. Smith gonna say tomorrow, and Skip Bayless gonna be acting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Go ahead.
Became my team once. Team. This is not my home. It's the Saints because of Drew Brees, but when Rams left, it became official, and they became my new team.
Oh, so you with the Saints right now? That's what you say.
So why you so mad at you mad at the Rams that they went to Los Angeles?
Yeah, they left his hometown. They left his backyard.
I'm not a Los Angeles Rams fan. I'm a St. Louis Rams fan.
But it's the same team. They just went to play somewhere else.
No, it's not. It's a different thing. So,
K-Mo, could he want to get that out? No.
I'm not a LA Rams fan, and so when they left, so did my support. My support left too, and so my favorite quarterback, my favorite player, who I was a fan of in Purdue, fan. I was the Chargers of the team I used to beat people with in Madden because they had Liddell and Thomas. That was my squad back then, and then in Madden for the last 3-4 years, I have been playing with the Saints for the past 3-4 years. That's been my team. And so when the Rams left, I went ahead and became a full-fledged Saints fan, and I'm ticked off they're losing here. These are Cowboys are bums.
It happens, man. They was due to drop one, man. They all right.
Man. They still got 2 minutes. Anything
man. It's only one time out. Energy got to pass the front end zone,
bro.
They'll be all right.
They want them to lose. Come on. So K-Bomb doesn't have an answer for this. I think Reggie is lying. I think they do have an N64 Classic. Is it coming out this year? No, but it's definitely a real thing. I also believe that Nintendo is also lying about Skyward Sword HD. Newman would not come out and say what he said without that being true. And the key words that were said by the Nintendo, not at this time. It's not at this time. They did that before with another title, and the next day they announced it. I think it was the 3DS XL. They said not at this time, and then the next day they announced the 3DX XL. They said the day before that it's not a thing, and then they announced it the next day that it was a thing. So I believe Reggie is lying. They definitely got an N64 Classic. Why they aren't releasing it this year? I think they focus is Pokemon and Smash Bros. And they'll release that maybe sometime next year. If they ever if they do release it, they might say, "Hey, we don't see the need to do it now." You could be what D2K saying, but I believe if it's not coming out, I still believe it was a real thing. And I definitely think Skyward Sword HD is coming to a Switch. We're probably gonna see that next week. Okay, Bud, you got anything you want to add to that or D2K before we go to this last topic, or y'all want to say the last topic for actual next week? The Game Awards 2018.
I have. We can save that for next week.
Okay, we can table that for next week. So, anything else on this before we get out of here? Because that was basically it. Don't buy Fallout 76. Keep your money. Don't buy Battlefield 5. I don't believe. Let me ask this: do y'all feel that Tomb Raider and Hitman were flops? I don't. I don't believe Tomb Raider was a flop. I believe Tomb Raider is probably doing what they expected it to do.
What, the movie or the
game? The game, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I don't know. I don't know what the sales are for it. I haven't really talked to anybody who's played it, so
I own it. It's a good game. It's definitely good. I still believe. I still got to play more to say if I like it better than Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Because to me, Rise of the Tomb Raider is a great game, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider is more of the same with a few added elements that I like. But like I said, I got to play a little bit more and let the storyline open up a little bit more before I will give my full verdict on it. So, but anyway, any final thoughts so we can get out of here?
My nephew told me about the entire plot for the Broly movie that's coming out next month.
Yeah, I saw that.
And yeah, I can't.
Did you see my post? Did
No,
you
I
see
didn't.
my post?
No, I didn't.
You didn't look at it?
No.
Don't if you don't want to be well.
No,
It's
I already know what happens in the movie. I'm just saying that based off of what I've heard in the movie, I'm still excited to see it.
Yeah,
it's they just showed another trailer to either yesterday or today.
Yes.
Showing more footage of it, and I'm like, man, this is going to be beast. I can't wait to see it.
Go to the Hangout, and you're gonna see a video. I posted a video in the Hangout. You're gonna geek out because when you see this footage, it's gonna make you want to see it like tomorrow.
I already want to see it. I already want to see it today.
This is gonna make you want to see it like. If you want to see it today, you're gonna want to see it today after you watch this video. But yeah, Gogeta is on there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that looks so. But I'm curious what's gonna happen, man. I believe that he's gonna either Broly is gonna knock him out of either the time is gonna run out for the fusion, and Broly might be weakened, but he's still gonna be too powerful. It's probably gonna cause Goku to go Ultra Instinct or something like that. I promise you that, and Keith kind of said it. We believe it's still gonna be Goku beating him on a solo tip.
You want me to tell you what happens?
No, no. I've intentionally stayed away from the end game. I don't want to know the ending. I don't care about knowing like fight scenes and who fighting where and when, but I definitely don't want to know how it ends. But from what I understand, Broly is definitely isn't killed, right? He's not killed.
No.
And
he's not more powerful than Jiren.
So he's not more powerful than Jiren. Okay.
No.
Don't tell me Jiren shows up.
No, he's not. Doesn't show up.
Okay, then I'm good. Don't tell me no. I don't need to know no more. He's not more powerful than Jiren?
Nope.
Not even close?
Well, he's close, but he's not more powerful than Jiren.
And he don't even really know. From what I understand, he's basically still learning, right?
Yeah, he basically is. He's getting a Zenkai boost throughout this entire fight because he's fighting. I want to say anything.
Don't spoil it for the chat though. Let's remember that now. It's people in the chat that may want to.
All right, all right, chat. We finna go because he finna finish that statement. I don't want to know the end, but I want to know what he just said. So, and we about to see the Saints lose. I feel sorry for you, K-Bum, that your team moved out of your city and you had to go to the Saints and they're about to lose to the Cowboys. I know that's woo. But at least you ain't in Jedi Knight shoes because I was talking to that brother. He is just totally disappointed with the Jets.
Oh, his season is over already. He's done. he's done. He's looking for the draft already.
Right. You can bounce back from this loss. Saints still in it. But Jedi Knight was like, bro, that's the first thing he said, man. I've been out during this season, but this my Jets team was just a disappointment. So. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to let these dudes sign out. Well, I'm going to let K-Bum sign out. Go ahead, K-Bum.
Yeah, I enjoyed it today. It was a good conversation. I appreciate the comment section. Appreciate you guys going through, keeping it live. I just got one more thing I want to say before I get out of here.
What's that?
Hit it.
It's dead.
Oh man, I set it up and everything.
I know. I knew.
We gotta go acapella then, man.
I knew what you was doing. I was like, I hope he ain't finna say hit it. I was like, well, I can't.
I was ready. Oh man, no, you gotta wait next week for it. You ain't getting it. Now you getting it for free.
Oh,
yeah, I got that. My pad
we can't get that free to play, huh?
No, I ain't getting that free to play.
Hold on.
You gotta pay to win.
Cosmetics.
Yeah, it just died on me too, bro. Like literally just went out. As soon as you maybe a minute or two before you said that, it went out. But yeah, hold up. I might be able to do it this way.
Man, you missed the moment, man. You just
I sure did. Anyway, I'm still gonna
let that moment go, man.
I don't care. We should play it.
He said, "I'm gonna win tonight."
We win tonight. Y'all can stay on. I am determined. My mind has been made up. Y'all gonna hear this one more time before we get on out of here. Here it is, right here. Oh my God! I ain't even got it hooked up. Lord,
crickets
like a mug. I am really failing right now, man.
Just let it go, man.
I tried to, K-Bro.
But we got Smash Bros though.
Dude, I worked out. I was like, I'm making sure I'm gonna get that on day.
Oh, that's
anyway,
fine.
Man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for keeping the live chat lit. Tune in next week. Are we gonna do the Video Game Awards live, or what are we doing with that? Y'all want to do a live show?
What day is it? I
think it's on that Thursday. I think it's Thursday. Next Thursday.
We can do it live.
Okay. I'm gonna look into how to get it to where it actually play the video and stuff live, and we can just watch it and give our thoughts as it's going on. Might as well. It might require us to jump on earlier. I don't know how y'all feel about that. Just let me know through the week and we'll see. But anyway,
that works.
All right.
But we got Smash Bros though.
Peace.